Welcome to the Tech Playbook, where we dive inside the stack. This is where we explore how products are built, how teams work, and the systems and decisions that power modern technology. Today, in this explainer, we're taking a super close look at how you, yes, you, are actually using artificial intelligence at work. And, we're not just going to sit here and talk about what AI is. Oh, no. We're going to completely unpack the who, the when, the where, the how, and the why of AI use in your daily workflows. Specifically, we're zooming in on two absolutely incredible workflows that have emerged recently: the Centaur and the Cyborg. I know, it sounds a little bit like science fiction, but it's very real. And understanding the difference, it's going to completely change how you approach your job. But hey, before we really get into the weeds here, I've got a quick pop quiz for you. Think about your own habits for a second. When you use AI, are you more likely to assign a task to it and just walk away? Or do you prefer to brainstorm with it in a constant back and forth conversation? Be honest. Please write your answer to the question below in the comments. I would absolutely love to see where everyone naturally leans. All right, so here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll head inside the jagged frontier. 2, we'll break down the Centaur strategy. And 3, the Cyborg strategy. 4, a quick warning: beware the self-automator. 5, we'll reveal the skilling paradox. And 6, we'll wrap up with choosing your AI workflow. Let's get right into it. Section 1, inside the jagged frontier. So where are we right now with AI? Who's using it and where is it happening? Well, knowledge workers today are navigating this really confusing, invisible boundary. Researchers actually call it the jagged frontier. And why jagged? Because right now, AI is simultaneously an absolute genius at some tasks and, frankly, a complete idiot at others. Like, it can write a brilliant, nuanced strategy document, but then completely fail at basic counting. It's a really bumpy landscape. To figure out how people survive this, we're looking at a massive landmark study. Researchers from Harvard, MIT, and the Boston Consulting Group observed 244 global management consultants using generative AI for their daily tasks. These are highly skilled professionals, and tracking them gave us hard, undeniable data on how humans actually co-create with machines. And what the researchers found was actually kind of mind-blowing. The consultants naturally fell into 3 very distinct groups. Check out this breakdown. 60% operated as cyborgs, 14% worked as centaurs, and roughly 27% fell into a category called self-automators. Let's dig into what these categories actually mean and see if we can figure out which one you are. Section 2, the Centaur strategy. Okay, so what exactly is a centaur in this context? The crucial thing to remember here is that a centaur workflow involves a clear, strategic division of labor. Think of the mythical centaur, right? Half human, half horse. There is a very distinct line where the human ends and the horse begins. In this workflow, you act as the manager. You are the brains setting the high-level strategy, and you delegate very specific, well-defined tasks to the AI, but you maintain tight executive control the entire time. So how does this actually play out step by step? First, you use your human expertise to define the goal. Second, you hand off a modular task, something like, hey, summarize these meeting notes or translate this paragraph. Third, and this is key, you take the output back and you verify it. Now, when should you use this? This method is absolute perfection when you're dealing with tasks that require strict accuracy, clear accountability, or really high execution. Basically, you're keeping the AI safely locked within the boundaries of what it's genuinely good at. Section 3, the Cyborg strategy. Now, on the flip side, we have the cyborgs. While the Centaur has that clear dividing line we just talked about, the cyborg workflow is all about fused co-creation. It is a deep, continuous, highly conversational integration. When you work as a cyborg, you literally intertwine your efforts with the AI. You bounce ideas back and forth, you start a sentence, the AI finishes it, you tweak it, the AI revises it. Honestly, by the end of the project, it's nearly impossible to see where your human input ended and the AI's contribution began. Just to put these side by side for a second, centaurs use modular handoffs and act as managers for high execution. Cyborgs, though, use iterative loops and act much more like partners. So when do you use the cyborg method? It absolutely shines when you are solving highly creative problems or navigating a ton of uncertainty. If you need to brainstorm a brand new product idea from scratch, you definitely want to go full cyborg for sure. Section 4, beware the self-automator. Guys, I have to warn you about this third group. The self-automator engages in what researchers are calling abdicated co-creation. This basically means they just offload the task entirely to the AI and completely check out. They are, quite frankly, falling asleep at the wheel. They skip the strategy phase, they skip the verification, and they just blindly accept whatever the AI spits out. And let me tell you, when you abdicate your responsibility like this, the quality of your final work takes a massive nosedive. The AI hallucinates, it makes factual errors, and guess who takes the fall? The self-automator. Please don't be this person.
Section 5. The Skilling Paradox.
Okay, so why does choosing between Centaur and Cyborg fundamentally matter to you? Well, it leads us to this incredible paradox. The researchers found that how you use AI directly dictates what you actually learn on the job. Centaurs engage in upskilling because they maintain control and use AI to answer highly targeted questions. They actually increase their own core domain expertise. They become better consultants, better lawyers, better engineers. Cyborgs, on the other hand, engage in new skilling. They don't necessarily get better at their core profession, but they learn a completely new, highly valuable skill: advanced prompt engineering and AI collaboration. This data really brings it all together beautifully. Listen to this. Both Centaurs and Cyborgs saw massive 40% quality boosts in their work compared to people who weren't using AI at all. That is huge. Centaurs hit the absolute highest marks for accuracy. Cyborgs matched them in persuasiveness. But look at the self-automators. They suffered from the lowest accuracy, lowest persuasiveness, and worst of all, skill erosion. They actually got worse at their jobs over time. So active engagement, whether you're acting as a manager or a partner, is literally the only way to win.
Section 6. Choosing your AI workflow.
So, how do you strategically apply this explainer to your daily tasks tomorrow morning? Well, here is your golden rule. High chaos? Go Cyborg. High certainty? Go Centaur. And remember, you don't have to lock yourself into just one identity. In a single project, you might start out as a cyborg to brainstorm creative ideas during that chaotic blank page phase. Then, once the strategy is set, you switch hats. You become a Centaur, delegating the highly certain repetitive data formatting tasks to the AI while you oversee the process. If you can master both of these workflows, you become absolutely unstoppable.
Thanks for tuning into this episode brought to you by the Tech Playbook, Inside the Stack. Like, comment, and subscribe for clear, practical tech education. This is the Tech Playbook, and you're inside the stack.